Hey guys, Crystal Grace here and welcome back to another pick a card reading. So this one is all about what people's thoughts are of you today. So we have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1, we have card 41, Wisdom, turquoise crystal. Pile number 2, we have card number 50, Journey, black calcite crystal. And pile number 3, we have card 51, Purpose, and You delight. My apologies, can't pronounce that crystal, but it is spelled Eudialyte. So take a moment to connect with one of these cards and we will jump into it. So a quick disclaimer before we do that. If a message starts to trigger you in any way, please trust I did not conjure evil spirits to come for you and, ruin your day with these messages. Please trust that that message is for someone else. Alrighty, let's get into it. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So those of you who chose card number 41, which equates to 5, look, this could be just a quick energy check-in with this. Obviously, the color green connects with the heart chakra. The number 5 is commonly linked with like conflict, change, chaos, challenges, instability. So I kind of feel like a lot of you may actually resonate with the fact that you have obtained your wisdom, or you are currently obtaining new wisdom through maybe trials and tribulations of the heart space. So there could be a lot of conflict and changes around your love life, maybe family relationships or friendships as well at this time. I'm just kind of feeling like there could be a bit of chaos happening at the moment, but this chaos is actually unfolding for you, pile 1, on the basis of you to level up, on the basis of you to advance in some area of your life. And for a lot of you, I do feel like it's your love life based on the heart chakra sort of coming through here. Turquoise is a very pretty crystal. It's definitely one that I don't know, might be one that could be beneficial for you to work with to help create boundaries. Maybe some of you are already working with this crystal. Maybe some of you need to consider it. And the reason why that would be is because turquoise is a crystal that is also linked with protection and power. So maybe the more you focus on protection, the more you're able to acquire some kind of power here, or gain your power back. So before we jump into the cards to find out people's thoughts, we will just grab a few astro cards. Show me pile 1 people's sign placement. So this may not be one of your big 3, so sun, moon, or rising. Could be your Mars, your Mercury, or your Venus. So we have Aries, Aquarius, and Pisces. We'll get one more. We have Scorpio. So we have a leap of faith. Your deeper resolve rises. Align yourself with love and wisdom. Stand firm in the eye of the storm. I feel very short of breath. So I don't know if some of you are feeling a bit short of breath. Maybe you're feeling a little bit anxious. Like new beginnings come from awakenings. New beginnings come from us sort of going down the path of finding or learning of our higher purpose. Regeneration also comes from, awakening, spiritual awakenings as well. Maybe some of you are going through some kind of spiritual crisis, chaotic moment, spiritual awakening, which can be quite chaotic, to be honest, can exert all of our energy. So let's jump into people's thoughts of you at this time. Interested to see what tarot cards come out here. Detachment. All right, so with the oracle cards from Paradise Found Oracle, you received Paradise, Lover, Saint, Divine Love, and Detachment. So what are people currently thinking about you? Look, the main message I'm sort of getting here is some of you could be really closed off to love. Maybe there's something recently happened that had created a lot of conflict and chaos in your heart space. So I feel like people's thoughts of you is, the dolphin is a representation, in my eyes, as somebody who's been thought of as very playful, very fun, very sexual as well. So you could be creating like this sort of sexual paradise for those people around you. You are definitely being seen by many as an ideal lover here. People see you as somebody who is not only a person who shows a lot of gratitude and very grateful for maybe your family and friends around you, but you're somebody who always works from a place of love as opposed of a place of manipulation or like what's in it for me. Divine love gives me the impression there could be a lot of thoughts around you of people seeing you as some kind of soulmate, somebody that they see that they could have a very long-lasting relationship with. But then we have the detachment here, pile one. I definitely feel like these people's thoughts is like they're very attracted to you. You have a lot of people around you very attracted to you, but you have this sort of detachment style, maybe avoidant detachment style. You're not interested in love is sort of what I feel people are thinking about right now, or at least their thoughts of you. You're somebody that could be very easy to love because you are in this saint energy. You are somebody who only works from a place of love. So this gives me Taurus vibes as well, seeing the bull here. But I definitely feel like people think quite highly of you, but there's something wrong with you in the sense of when it comes to love and establishing maybe romantic relationships, or there's something wrong in the sense of why you don't want a relationship with them. So I don't know if you're dealing with multiple lovers or there's potential suitors around you who are trying to, come towards you, but you're not allowing that. Is sort of the vibe I'm picking up here. Because this lover card there's like a lot of people here. I feel like you have a lot of people who want to come and play with you and be a part of your life and want to explore some kind of romantic relationship with you because they hold you in very high regards. They see you're a person who is, very loyal, very trusting. You're very angelic here, but you are sort of like walking to the own beat. Like you're walking, what's the saying? You're walking to your own beat of your own drum. You're not interested. You may just be spending time with animals at this time, or maybe just your friends. But yeah, there's definitely this heavy energy of romantic suitors around you who are very interested in exploring some kind of relationship with you. So people may just think like you do have a lot of lovers around you. Maybe you don't. So, you know, when I think about a saint, this is a person who's, you know, always working from a place of peace. People see you as, or think of you as somebody who's very focused on peace. Maybe you've gone through a lot of change and a lot of chaos, and now that they think of you as somebody who's only looking for situations or certain people in their life who only bring peace. I feel like with the divine love, there's like, I'm being really drawn to the physique of this character on this card. So I feel like a lot of people think your body unclothed would be quite delightful. All right. So let's pull some tarot. We're not going to do reversals. You know, Eight of Cups is a very much a card linked to detachment. So let's see what comes out here. So we have the Eight of Cups, Page of Swords, Seven of Wands, Nine of Wands with the Ten of Cups. So the overall thoughts or the energy, right, is the Ten of Cups. So people definitely are kind of picking up on what you can bring to the table, because they obviously have seen this side of you, whether it's on your social media, whether it's just through like mere conversation about, you know, your friends, your family, and like activities you might do. But with the spread here, definitely reiterates like this energy coming through. Like, I feel like if any of you are having rendezvous with people, like going out on play dates, maybe it's just a quick date, their thoughts of you, I feel like with the Eight of Cups, they there seems to be some kind of confusion created after these play dates. I think because, you know, you're such a very holistic individual, very caring, very nurturing. You're somebody who never acts from a place of like ill will. A lot of confusion, people's thoughts of you right now, there's a lot of confusion with why you're walking away from them. So you could be just cutting ties with people that, you know, aren't serving your highest good. So I kind of feel like the Eight of Cups, people's thoughts are surrounding why you've walked away from them. Okay. Page of Swords sort of gives me the indication that, you know, it's a card that can talk about petty arguments, right? So whether or not people are thinking about why you've walked away, like you've gone and you're having really good, adventures with them, good conversations, but you've chosen to walk away from them. Maybe they're thinking that there was some kind of petty comment that they've made, Yeah, I feel like people are trying to understand why you've pulled your energy away from them, to be honest. Why you're not interested in pursuing a connection with them. Why you're not interested in pursuing a friendship with them. Even some of your family members, you may have pulled your energy away. So I feel like with the Page of Swords, people's thoughts of you could be the fact that you're creating petty arguments, or you're creating distance or walking away from them because of like something petty that has unfolded between you and them. Now, the Page of Swords is a card that can talk about somebody being quite studious, somebody who's trying to level up and advance in life. And I kind of sort of pick that up with the spiritual awakening, that soul activation that some of you could be going through. So these people's thoughts could be the fact that, you've walked away from them, or you're not pursuing a relationship with them or investing time and energy with them because you are focusing on some kind of study here for some of you, not all of you. There's this energy like you are choosing you as opposed to anyone else with this Page of Swords. And Page of Swords is also like our little spy card as well. So people could be thinking that you have done a bit of spying, which has resulted in you sort of walking away from them. There just seems to be a lot of confusion around the people around you, okay, and why you're not choosing them. Now, the Ten of Wands can indicate another thought process, that you're a person who maybe has a lot of responsibility or a lot of burdens right now. But again, I'm coming back to that heart space. So they could be, again, kind of, you know, making assumptions here in the sense that they're trying to understand why you're not interested. I feel like even with the Seven of Wands, this is all about boundaries, right? Setting healthy boundaries. Nine of Swords is somebody, you know, feeling very anxious, sleepless nights, insomnia. So people could be thinking about maybe the burdens that they've created in your life, and this is why you've walked away from them. Like maybe you did a bit of spying, you identified they're only going to create like burdens for you, more responsibility for you. Therefore, you've set healthy boundaries because you are done with people creating like uneasy energy within your environments here with the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Swords. So I'm curious, guys, like, who are these people you feel like that are coming up in this reading? Because they seem to be romantic suitors here. They seem to be friendship as well. But I feel like for some of you, you've pulled your energy back maybe from family members because you know they don't serve your highest good. I feel like with that leap of faith on the Astro card, it's sort of like this took you a while to sort of trust in your gut instinct, maybe trust your intuition, that you need to stand firm in the eye of the storm, being like the repercussions of you walking away from people who no longer serve you. And I don't know, maybe you're in environments whereas if you rejecting some of these people, it could backfire. But either way, I definitely feel like people's thoughts of you at the moment is you're somebody who you know, walks away from things that only create like pettiness in your life because you've already endured a lot of like trials and tribulations, a lot of burdens from those sorts of relationships or connections. And from that, you know, with the Seven of Wands, these people think you're somebody who has got very strict boundaries in place because of burdens you've carried in the past from petty people who may have walked away from you maybe. It could even be the fact that people might think you're somebody who's had a lot of people walk away from you, you know, because of petty arguments that have occurred. But yeah, I definitely feel like these people their thoughts of you are surrounding why you're not interested in them, why you're not actively pursuing them, why you get along really well with them when you're around, but when you're not around, you're very distant, you're very absent, and there's has created some kind of confusion here for these people coming into this energy. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. So that is people's current thoughts of you at this time. If you feel comfortable to share that down in the comments below, definitely do. But if not, sending much love and light. The link to personal readings is also down in the description if you are seeking any guidance. But with that said, I will move on to pile 2. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So those of you who chose the card 50, Journey, Black Calcite. You know, it kind of gives me the impression, this card, that you guys could, but like, you know, the color black is quite dark, you know, and I kind of feel like You could currently be embarking on a journey where there is a lot of darkness. There could be a lot of like negative energies around you that are really testing your patience, that are really sort of trying to maybe break you, maybe create a lot of instability around you, maybe even creating challenges. So this could even be work related as well for some of you. Some of you could be dealing with some really difficult bosses or colleagues as well here. A little bit like pile 1, obviously we have the card number 50, which equates to the number 5. Number 5 is a card that will often be linked with conflict, changes that come from conflict, chaos, challenges, which then therefore lead to some form of instability here. So I feel like you're either already on this journey of challenges and chaotic adventures here, or you're coming out of it, or like you're already in the middle of it, is sort of the vibe. There could be a little bit of depression for some of you here as well. You could be fighting a little bit of depression. So we'll just pull some astro cards here. We have Taurus, we have Gemini, Capricorn, and Virgo. So we have status, reorganization, reevaluation, negotiation. Work diligently towards your goals, choose duties and responsibilities carefully. A change of heart, rise to challenges as a new path opens. Yeah, I just kind of feel like, you know, your status at this time could be on the chopping board or something. Like there could be your reputation here that could be on the chopping board block is what I'm hearing. So people could be trying to paint negative pictures of you maybe in the workplace. There could be people trying to sort of put you on the wrong path when it comes to you trying to, you know, move towards your goals here. You may have to reevaluate or reorganize, like, you know, your, like, I kind of feel like you could have recently been investing your time and energy into certain duties and responsibilities, but you need to have a new path now. There needs to be a change of heart because something has happened. I feel like for some of you, you were working diligently towards a goal, and I feel like your status has been hindered. So something to do with your reputation, possibly at work here. So your duties and responsibilities need to be redirected. I feel like some of you may need to find new employment or a new career or a new environment, specifically in the work environment. I feel like there's a few people around you at work who have a bit of a bee in their bonnet over you. Now, this could be simply because you're shining at work and they want to shine. Okay, it could be the fact that you just have like a narcissistic boss who you may have said you want to move on, you might want a promotion, and they want to just keep you stuck, something like that. So these people, I feel, are trying to put blockages, challenges, hurdles, creating conflict within your environment in order for you to not be able to reach your goal. So I kind of feel like for a lot of you, you would be aware of this if this resonates. If you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, Crystal, not your pal. So I definitely feel like this could even be a side hustle as well. But I feel like your reputation is being tainted at the moment because people don't want you to evolve. People don't want you to like excel in some workplace area or some kind of hobby here. They want to keep you stuck and controlled. They don't want progress for you, because progress for you means more work for them, is what I'm hearing. Sort of what I'm picking up here. So let's find out what their thoughts are here with this Oracle deck. Paradise Found Oracle. So what are people's thoughts of pile 2? All right, so we have Law of One, Peace, Hall of Records, Shadow, and Service. I don't know. I kind of feel like the Law of One is like you're breaking some kind of law here. The thought of you is you're going against what you said you would never. Like you're going against the mainstream. You're going against like the status quo is sort of what I'm hearing. Like you're not following what everyone else is doing. So I feel like people's thoughts of you is you're not respecting those who I think demand respect. So you're a person who just sort of follows suit of your own path, your own journey. I'm even seeing like a utopia here in this card. So I kind of feel like people's thoughts of you is you're somebody who is trying to create a utopia for themselves. But you have a tendency to be breaking the law to obtain that, to achieve that. I feel like with the peace here, like a lot of people could be thinking you of somebody that is always fighting for peace here. You're somebody who's only interested in peaceful environments. You're not somebody who is going to go out of their way to create animosity within a group. So these thoughts could be coming from people in this same environment that was sort of coming through before, but it's like they're watching these people do this to you is sort of what I feel. I feel with the Hall of Records here, you're somebody who has achieved a lot. I feel with the Hall of Records, you're somebody who is highly intelligent. You know, some of you could work in law here. You know, you're definitely somebody who has achieved a lot in this life, or at least this is the thoughts of people. Like you're highly intelligent, you have walked many paths, and you've definitely achieved a lot of goals here. You're a person who always follows through with their duties and their responsibilities. You're a person who's always had a lot of success, probably from a lot of trauma here with the Shadow card coming out. People could think of you as somebody who's done a lot of work on their shadow work, or you're a person who is currently working on their shadow self. Some of you may sort of get a little bit wild, on the wild side, in regards to when you party, maybe your shadow side does come out here. But I definitely feel like with the Shadow card coming out, people's thoughts of you is somebody who has walked a lot of dark paths, or you're currently walking a dark path. I definitely feel there are people around you who are clearly observing people trying to put you off your path, is what I feel. It's interesting though. It sounds like those people are sort of cowards, they're fully aware of what's going on but don't want to say anything. And then the service card here, it's like, it kind of gives me this impression that people's thoughts of you is you're somebody who is quite caring. When I think about service, it's somebody providing support and assistance to those who, maybe don't deserve it here. People might think of you as somebody who's true trusting, a bit naive as well with the service. Like you're happy to help these people around you, even though that they're pieces of shit is sort of the vibe I'm picking up here. Like, and even with the shadow card next to the service, I feel like people's thoughts of you is you're somebody who, has gone to sort of like really dark places, but you still are a very kind, caring person here. Like you're still a person who will always give people the benefit of the doubt. People might even think of you, pile 2, as somebody who you always give second chances, you forgive, and you may be a person who forgets here. Because you would rather peace, being surrounded by peace. Maybe that law of one is like in correlation with like law of attraction, but treat others as you want to be treated. So like you only have sort of one law, one rule you follow, and it may have something to do with treatment of those around you. I don't know. I kind of just feel like there could be people around you who feel like they can use you as well with this service card, with the shadow, because you've had a lot of trials and tribulations. Maybe you've dealt with a lot of challenges and chaotic moments. People might think of you as somebody where you, I don't know, for some of you, there could be some toxic people around you who think of you as somebody who's a bit of like a doormat, like you're easy to use because you haven't worked on those shadow sides. So just be mindful. That's pretty heavy energy and a heavy message to be taking on board. But again, you'll know if that resonates or if it doesn't. So show me thoughts of pile number 2. What are people's thoughts? You may have a lot of jealousy around you. And as I say that, we have like a snake here, right? So you had the 10 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, the Hanged One, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 10 of Pentacles. And the overall energy, we have the 2 of Pentacles. So people see you as like, I'm seeing mirrors here in this. So people might think of you as somebody who, I don't know, like I feel like for a lot of you, you could be mirroring people's behavior back to them at this time, which could be a little bit shocking to them. I do feel like the 2 of Pentacles, people's thoughts of you is that they see a lot of similarities within you, within themselves, I feel. So for some of you, that could be giving, certain individuals around you some ideas that they can sort of manipulate you on the basis of how they've been manipulated before. And for others of you, I kind of feel like these tarot cards are coming from more of a positive perspective. You might be quite surprised to learn that the reason why people are trying to pull you off your path is because of what you actually bring to the table. Like the 2 of Pentacles is a card that talks about balance and somebody being able to have options, because they are able to maintain a healthy balance in life. So I feel like you're a person, I'm kind of picking up a lot of reflection here in this 2 of Pentacles with mirrors. So people might think of you as somebody who's done a lot of self-reflection, right? You've done a lot of self-reflection because you have worked on that shadow self. Maybe with the King of Pentacles here, it's like you've been able to create a lot of balance and prosperity in your life because of the shadow work you have done, okay? I feel like with the King of Pentacles here, people think of you as somebody who's very, put together, well established. You're somebody who's achieved a lot of great success. I'm seeing the Akashic records here as well. And that's the kind of energy I was picking up with the Hall of Records. I feel like people think of you as somebody who is a very old soul. You're somebody who has a wealth of knowledge for somebody of your age. You seem to know a lot about different things, even though you may not have done a lot of work in those areas. You have a tendency to be able to converse or communicate or have conversations with people about heaps of different topics, which catches them quite like off guard, I feel. The Four of Wands, this person's pregnant in this Four of Wands. So I don't know if people think of you as somebody who they could, start a family with. And we see that here with the Ten of Pentacles and also even the King of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune is a soulmate card for me here. So I don't know, with the Hangman in the middle, I feel like people's thoughts of you is you change their perspective on you once they sort of maybe have a proper conversation with you. So if people are trying to taint your status here, pile number 2, I feel like when they are put in front of you and they have an opportunity to have a conversation with you, they learn that your perspective on life and maybe the people around you is very different to the perception that they obtain through word of mouth of what they've heard about you here. Four of Wands, people's thoughts of you could be the fact that you are currently pregnant. Okay, you could be, becoming a single mom or a single dad here. Four of Wands also talks about, happier times, celebrations. So people may think of you as somebody, like if you've been out with anyone recently, the thoughts of you is that you are starting a family with somebody you've recently met. There could be some sort of thought there. The Hanged One talks about stagnation and a time of like a period where there is a pause, a halt on life. So people might think of you as somebody who creates distance and what's the word I'm looking for? You might create not so much distance, you might create you might become absent in like certain, areas of your life. So more so locations, got to do with social locations. Like this person standing on the tail of the snake, because the snake is, is it slithering away? Possibly. So kind of gives me the impression people's thoughts of you is that you're more than capable enough than running your own family, being a single parent, in order to create distance and be absent away from people who do not share your do not serve your highest good is probably what I'm sort of picking up here with the Hanged One. There's something about perspective here. I feel like people's thoughts of you is that although people have done wrong by you, your perspective on those people is the fact that maybe it kind of comes back with this shadow where you're aware that everyone has a shadow side. So even though people do the wrong thing by you, you might even be fully aware of these people trying to ruin your status, trying to maybe like cock block you from trying to get a promotion or get a job elsewhere. You don't sort of go out of your way and put these people down. You understand that these people are, unhealed individuals, and unhealed or wounded people try and hurt people, right? So people's perspective of you, or at least their thoughts are, is that you have an understanding why people might act out of ill intention here. The Wheel of Fortune, it's a card that talks about things continuing to move forward. So I feel like their thoughts of you has something to do with the fact that they might think of you as somebody who takes chaos, takes a difficult situation and learns from it. So they might view you or think of you as somebody who doesn't allow negative situations to like stop you, to put a halt on your life. It basically kind of on the back end of the hang one, it's like you take difficult situations and you learn from it, you help it alter your perspective, or maybe you utilize those situations to change the path that you're meant to be on. You trust the fact that everything happens for you, not to you, is what I feel like these people think of you, as somebody who just keeps it moving with the Wheel of Fortune. Now, there could be this King of Pentacles, there could be a thought around you. There could be a person around you who thinks of you as somebody who they could start a family with, that you are a soulmate here, just as a side note. The Ten of Pentacles is a beautiful energy. These thoughts here is you're somebody that is, very wealthy. It could be just in the sense of health. And, the other aspect of this card can talk about, there could be thoughts of you surrounding you being quite privileged, right? But that's not to say that you haven't worked hard for everything you've obtained, but there could be thoughts around you, the fact that, everything you've acquired was due to, being privileged here. So, but yeah, take that as it resonates. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope this message found you well. If you feel comfortable to share any comments, please do down below. If you are looking for personal readings for any extra guidance, please click on the link down in the description box. That will link you to my Etsy store. But with that said, we will move to pile 3. Bye. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So you chose card 51, Purpose. And yeah, I'm not really sure how to pronounce Udalite. But it is a crystal that is also, or this card is linked with citrine, garnet, quartz, optical calcite. So it has a lot to do with your mission, your contracts, your purpose. So I kind of feel like for a lot of you serve a great purpose in this life. It's not to say like, those who chose the other piles, but this is all about different messages for the collective, right? You guys might be on a bit of a mission at the moment. Now, when I think about the number 51, it equates to the number 6. This card is all about relationships, romance, success, healing, harmony, right? So, your purpose at this time, or the mission that you're on at this time, may be surrounding healing your relationships, bringing more harmonious energy into your relationships. It could even be about bringing more romance into your relationships, or having more successful romantic relationships. Either way, with the idea of this purpose card being linked with contracts, I feel like for a lot of you, you could be encountering a lot of different romantic situations is sort of what I'm picking up. Like the energy for this pile is completely different to the other piles. You may have a lot of soulmates in this life. Some of you have already, closed out some of these contracts, and more contracts are coming your way. I feel like for a lot of you, your purpose in this life is to help awaken or activate other souls. So let's see what comes out. We'll just pull a couple of astro placements. This could be one of your big 3 signs, so sun, moon, or rising, or it could be Mars, Mercury, or Venus. So we have Gemini, Capricorn, Scorpio, Libra. We have a passionate, intense, mysterious phase. Reevaluate relationships, justice, and fair play. Scale mountains to gain a sense of achievement. Hone your negotiation, relationship skills. So yeah, we have communication, accomplishment, passion, and rebalance. So I definitely feel like a lot of you're going through a very romantic stage in your life at this time. There could be some blockages for some of you. But your purpose in this life is to, I definitely feel, is to explore and experience different types of relationships, is what I feel here. And some of you could be looking for that white picket fence kind of relationship. And if you are, I guess I feel like that hone your negotiation relationship skills, that's really going to play a part here. Some of you may need to be traveling, or you are currently traveling in order to maybe find yourself, or maybe you're traveling to find love. But, you know, we have scale mountains to gain a sense of achievement. I feel like for some of you, you could probably resonate with the fact you've had to climb a lot of mountains to achieve any form of success, or you kind of feel like you're going to have to climb a big old mountain in order to find the love of your life, you know. Some of you have already done this, and then that relationship has failed, so you're sort of scaling other mountains to find new love, to find a new person here. But I feel like with this Scorpio energy, you know, a passionate, intense, or mysterious phase. There's a lot of sexual energy around you at this time. You're probably attracting all types of suitors. And it could be leading you to reevaluating what kind of relationships you are wanting to, you know, explore or experience. Some of you could be meeting people and you're not falling in love with people as easy as you used to. You know, you could have been people that you would hook up with somebody and next minute you have them on a pedestal and you want to marry them. And now it's like something has changed. There's something inside of you that has changed, is sort of what I'm picking up here. Like, you just want fair play. You sort of want justice in your relationship. So maybe you're reevaluating. If people aren't sort of taking the right action towards you, you're sort of releasing them and letting them go. You're not sort of holding on to them, trying to make relationships work when they're, you know, they're done for, like, or these people are not showing up for you the way that you desire. But there seems to be this heavy emphasis on how you are, I guess, interacting in relationships, specifically romantic ones. And I feel like you've had some sort of level up, like you've leveled up. So let's see what people's thoughts are of you today. This is timeless, won't matter when you come across. So we have transformation, presence, forgiveness, trust, self-mastery. So yeah, I kind of feel like if you have got anyone coming back from your past that you're sort of exploring any sort of connection, the thought here is got to do with the transformation you have undergone. I feel like you're not clinging, like these people's thoughts of you is you don't cling on to romantic suitors anymore. You sort of just, this could be thoughts of your friends here or family members. Like there's been some kind of transformation in how you involve yourself with suitors or potential suitors. Like you're not putting people on pedestals anymore. I feel like there's been some kind of transformation, like a reality check in regards to when you are dating people, you are getting to know a romantic suitor. There is some sort of like difference, or at least that's the thought of these people around you. There's a new change of self in how you engage or interact with your romantic relationships here. There has been some sort of reevaluation here. And I feel like it's quite positive, pile 3. I feel like, you know, the thoughts of people of you, of the people around you, is you have transformed. You're not this person who is fixated on just one person or fixated on the relationship. You're still focused on yourself. You're not taking scraps anymore. You're not taking breadcrumbs anymore, is sort of the vibe I'm picking up with that transformation. Now, if you are dealing with anyone who's returned from your past, I would say that that's their thoughts. Like they know that they've sort of just come to the realization they can't breadcrumb you. you know, if they're not present. Like, we have presence here, so I feel like people's thoughts of you is like they need to be present in your life. If they're not, you're not going to give time or energy to them. If they're not showing up, you know, coming in the right way towards you, you're not going to allow like any sort of progression in that relationship. I feel like with the forgiveness here is like people's thoughts of you is that you're a person, and with the trust card here, you're a person who is very forgiving and you will allow forgiveness, but you trust, like, I'm kind of getting, but you're not going to not trust yourself again. Like, you won't allow yourself to forget what they did is sort of the thoughts coming up here. So I don't know if you've had a lot of past lovers sort of back in your energy here, or at least these people are thinking about this before taking action towards you, making it known that, you know, their thoughts of you are, you know, still very prominent in their mind. The forgiveness energy here, it could be the fact that, you know, you're a person who knows when to forgive and when not to forgive as well. Like, you don't give forgiveness as lightly as you used to, I feel. Like, I think people's thoughts of you right now is because of this transformation that you've undergone, you don't just hand out forgiveness like you used to. You are more trusting of your intuition here with this trust card. People's thoughts of you is somebody that you no longer doubt your intuition is what I'm hearing. You absolutely 100% trust your intuition. Your third eye is very open here, and I think people are realizing that. I feel like a lot of you could be quite spiritual, and people's thoughts of you is that your spirituality has put you on a very positive path here, and that has led to some sort of self-mastery here. There's something about your eyes here, pile 3, like people are seeing the power you have within yourself through your eyes. There is some sort of newfound level of confidence around you. At least these people are thinking that. They think of you as somebody who's a lot more confident from a transformation you have recently gone through. But you're not somebody who needs another, like, you're not, I feel like people's thoughts of you is like, you're not a person who needs to be in a relationship to feel powerful, to feel confident. There's been some sort of revelation within you, at least this is their thought, like you've kind of come to some sort of realization that you don't need to be in one relationship. You could be in quite a lot, is what I feel some people could be thinking about. You might be just better off single and having rendezvous is what some people could be thinking. So let's pull some tarot here. We're not taking reversals. What are people's thoughts of pile number 3? 8 of Wands. 6 of Swords. Three of Cups, 2 of Swords, 9 of Cups. So your overall energy is the King of Wands. You know, this is like an energy that will talk about somebody being a visionary, you know. So it kind of gives me the vibe, people's thoughts of you is you're somebody who is very much in control of their emotions and this journey of life. Like the King of Wands is somebody who's very charismatic, very charming. You know, they're a person who is not afraid to walk alone as well here. But the King of Wands is somebody who can really predict the future and, well, not so much predict the future, but can really ensure that what they're hoping for the future comes into fruition. So I feel like people's thoughts of you at this time is you're somebody who's very focused on their future. Okay, you're somebody who's working quite hard in order to obtain whatever it is you're trying to obtain. So if that is a marriage, it is that. If it is like, you know, just having a better relationship with yourself, you know, you will achieve that. If it's a career, you'll achieve that. 8 of Wands talks about, you know, communication, fast action, somebody being very proactive. So people's thoughts of you right now is, I feel like if they're thinking, if you're not taking like swift action towards them, you're not communicating with them, you're not blowing up their phone, you're actually not sexually attracted to them, is somebody's thoughts here with the Eight of Wands. I feel like with the Six of Swords and the Eight of Wands here in the imagery, I feel like people's thoughts are, if they're not able to create stability or bring stability towards you in a romantic connection, you may see that as very like dramatic or like a situation that's only going to bring drama. So you're more than happy to keep walking away from everyone who sort of doesn't bring stability into your life. I feel like with the Six of Swords as well, it sort of gives me the indication with the Sun here is people's thoughts is that you are chasing the sun. You're only chasing good times, fun times. You're not interested in any situation that's going to create drama or animosity or bring you any sort of, turmoil is what I'm picking up. Like you're done with that. I feel like with the Eight of Wands, whatever you're communicating to people right now, they're really in like deep thought about that. There are certain conversations you've had with people where they're actually sitting and reflecting on those conversations. And I feel like these people's thoughts from those conversations, how much more stable you are now. Like you're more stable than you have ever been before. I think the Three of Cups here, it's a really fun, positive card here. Now, for some of you, people could be thinking you're in some kind of love triangle here, and some of you could be. For others of you, it's like there's many suitors around you right now. You could be out in, a lot of social scenes at this time. So people's thoughts are the fact that every time you're going out, you're with a different suitor, and these could be other suitors' thoughts coming through. Like if you say you can't hang out because you're doing something, I feel like the thought of these suitors is that you're on another date. Okay, even though you could be with friends, they could feel like you're pulling your energy back from them because you're busy playing a field here with the Three of Cups. Now, the Two of Swords is a card that can talk about indecision, somebody feeling a bit confused. So I kind of feel like with the Nine of Cups and the Three of Cups wedging this Two of Swords, there could be a thought here that you may have two people that you are interested in, right? This could be this triangle that you're in. Both of these people could bring you your wish fulfillment. Both of these people may, tick a lot of your boxes here, but you are very indecisive in regards to who you should choose. I'm seeing a Akashic record imprint here. So these people could be soulmates, or at least these people view you as a soulmate. They might view you as their destiny as well here, or at least this is their thought. They're aware of each other though. For some of you, you do have two particular people interested in you. One of these people could already be in another relationship. But I feel like with the Two of Swords, somebody is thinking that you are in a state of confusion regarding two suitors. I also feel with the Nine of Cups here, like there are a lot of thoughts about you being everyone's wish fulfillment. I think a lot of you are quite attractive. You have a lot to offer. You are very intuitive, psychic mediums here. And I think that turns a lot of people on around you. I'm even seeing, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all. So I kind of feel like you have a high stature in your environments at this time. And I feel like a lot of people are very interested in you romantically, whether they're in relationships or not. And that's not to say that's, you act on that, but this is people's thoughts. Like there are a lot of people who are into you that are around you. I also feel the Nine of Cups, people's thoughts of you is you're somebody who's very focused on their own happiness at this time. The Two of Swords could also indicate that there is a lot of confusion, or you're indecisive about, taking a friendship and turning into a romantic connection when you are focusing on your own happiness at this time. There could be a friend around you who does want to pursue a relationship with you, pile 3, but they don't know how to, communicate this to you. And I feel like for some of you, they're a bit scared to even pipe up and say anything because they don't want to wreck the friendship. They feel like if they say something too soon, it might scare you away, which obviously hinders that time or that friendship time that they can spend with you. So I feel like with the Two of Swords, there is somebody around you. Their thoughts of you is to come forward, but they don't want to wreck the friendship. So they would rather have a friendship with you than nothing at all, you know. So there is a lot of positive energy around you. There's a lot of sexual energy around you. So a lot of you are looking quite, you know, enticing, I would say. I just feel like there are I feel like the energies coming through here are thoughts around people who are trying to pursue a connection with you, but they don't know how. They don't know how when you are very focused on like doing your own thing. You're in a very mysterious phase of your life right now, and people are thinking about that. They can see that. They can also see there's a lot of passion within you. There's a lot of intense sexual energy within you as well. But I feel like people aren't sure whether or not you're interested in them, or how do they gain access to you when you're not looking for a relationship. I feel like a lot of you are very happy and content being single here. And there are people around you who want some form of relationship with you because they feel very drawn to you, but you're reevaluating what you require or need in a relationship. So it's like you're sort of processing something right now, and these people don't know how they can sort of get you to consider them, is I feel their thoughts here. So that is all I have for you guys. I hope you found that message well. If you feel comfortable to share any thing in the comments, please do. If you're looking for a personal read, just head over to my Etsy shop. There is a link in description. Until next time, bye.